Hello, all. Welcome to Black Girl in the World. If you don't know me, you will. And if you do, welcome back. I'm a podcaster, and this is the show I hope you enjoy listening to. This week, we will talk about the overconsumption of love and conversations of Black love. Happy fall, y'all! So, I won't go too deep into the history of it because, first, I am not a historian, and my podcast is more so about my views and thoughts on things. But I do want to recognize that we do things because of the generations before us. Our ancestors were captured and forced to be stripped from their identities, so we are the product of their old and newfound identities on stolen lands. So, no debate about that. And I will not debate about research. But I will say, over time, various things came out of it, referring to the romantic love aspect here. I saw a YouTube video, and I will put it in the description below, but she gave a really great timeline of Black love and why it is the way it is today. There is so much discourse between people, specifically men and women, and my timeline is very much Black and brown communities, about what their standards should be and how to attract partners. I'm telling y'all, when you go through that timeline, it is too much if you really dive into it. Such as the reasons of why men want housewives and the growing independence of women and lessening the stress in their life, which can include men. Men having increasing numbers of loneliness, wanting to protect their peace from women, and just so many things. It is just too much because there becomes this divide. And that divide has broken a lot of relationships because one person just couldn't look past the other person's thoughts and opinions. But honestly, can I blame them? Listen, every day you go on Twitter and you find these tweets where someone is asking a question like, which one would you prefer, gay son or thought daughter? Or how many figures you want your man to have? And we are just expected to have these like daily discussions about this and not be drained. Don't even get me started on the rebrand of one person versus several people who either find them attractive or not. And the exchange between them for entertainment and even more discussion. More discussion about sexuality, more discussion about education and finances, and more discussion about family dynamic. But people, grown folks, not just high school kids or younger, grown people like you and me and older are having those hard, quote unquote, discussions and having some weird takes on them too. Weird in my opinion. And I'll talk more about that in another episode. But seriously, and please, don't get me started on when you go on Instagram and all you see is content about Black love this and Black love that. And all you hear is, this is why I love you. Because you love me. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like that song, and it is added on my Apple library and added to my playlist when it comes on to me thinking about my boyfriend. But I just, it was truly a lot when you go on Instagram. Still is a little bit, but I'll be honest, I haven't really heard it in a while when people are attaching songs to different wedding videos. So I guess people have moved on from that song. But that honestly might be one of my love songs at my wedding. But really, look at the influence seeing love on social media can have. This is also my doing as well on my algorithm because I follow those pages like Black Love Bible page or Black Girls Deserve Love Too, And I like and I comment and I retweet and I send it to my boyfriend and I send it to my friends who we just all just get so excited about these different content about love and children and marriage, right? So when I sent it to people, I'm just like, oh, this is so cute. Like, or, oh, I want to do this. And before I met my boyfriend, I was like, Lord God, when is it my time? Seeing post after post after post will truly make you go into a spiral, right? Sometimes even thinking about, will it ever be my time? Am I even worthy of that type of time? Don't even know these folks, and we're questioning our own value. And I think it's a lot because social media allows us to talk how we want to talk, to show what we want to show. And on these platforms, it opens the door for opinions on what we want and also what we should do. I saw a TikTok of a woman on a podcast who was talking about people should not date because they make $50K or less. This was a bit of a snippet, so I can't say I know exactly what happened. But in that snippet alone, I just want to say that I feel like, again, what I mentioned earlier, it's just all too much. Sometimes when you start to feed into the narrative of what social media wants you to think and feel and analyzing these relationship gurus and their values and what they want you to have, you truly forget what is actually going on in real time and in real life. How many of us, honestly, know someone in the six-figure salary within close range? Okay, next question. How many of us know someone who is making more than you and not complaining about money still? Okay, cool. Next question. It is a very hard one. So look into the mirror and think carefully. Do you make six figures? Okay. I don't ask this question to embarrass anyone or looking down on anybody because I'm definitely not where I want to be pay-wise, and I'm currently looking for a job as we speak. I asked that question for people to just honestly be real with yourself. I'm not saying that she's skyrocketing to six figures just because she said 50K or less, right? She could also be saying 60K or more, can observe dating and to dive into it and to live within your means and be with someone who, fits that bracket possibly, right? And forget the high value man and woman convo. You can have standards, but shouldn't we also tell people when their standards are a little too high, especially if they understand that it is a small percentage of what they want out there? It's like me wanting a man no shorter than 6'6", and I have either never met someone that tall before or have only known maybe one or two in my lifetime. The higher I go at that point, the less of a chance I have if my common goal is to just truly be with someone I love with my whole heart. I wouldn't tell a woman who is making a lot more money to find someone who's making less. Truly, they are in a different caliber, and she would have more opportunities of meeting someone who earns the same as her and maybe more than her if that's what she would want. I think it's just a smaller pool of those folks. And it also gives the impression that people who make less than 50K shouldn't be focused on love and companionship because they just should be focused on chasing that bag. And then after that is said and done, then you can start talking seriously about dating and marriage. I am not wise beyond my years. I make silly takes at times. So with that being said, I do love love, and I love that people find it even in the most hopeless of places. And I honestly have to be real with myself as well, that Sometimes when people are in a certain position to support themselves and support their families and others, there might be more of a positive outcome when it comes on to physically, emotionally, mentally, when your financials are in order, right? And some people want to chase the bag first, and honestly, that's okay. But some people want to be on the hunt looking for their forever person, and truly, that's okay too. Again, I'm also not here to beat up on Black love on social media. There are reasons for this. Historically, mainstream media has often underrepresented or misrepresented Black relationships and families, and honestly, still to this day. Social media platforms such as these pages about love, especially amongst Black people, do provide a space where Black individuals and couples and families can showcase their love by celebrating their relationships with one another and highlighting positive examples that may not be as prevalent in traditional media. I have had several of my own experiences of this. One of the main ones was more recent when I saw a couple who I felt like was similar to the love story my boyfriend and I share. And I was so excited that I sent some of their stories to my boyfriend. And I'm like, oh my gosh, baby, he's from the DMV area and she's from the South, just like you and me. And he's just like, oh, okay, great. And he could tell I was very excited. I think when you are able to see images and stories of Black love on social media, it fosters some kind of sense of community and solidarity. Like, wow, someone who not only looks like me, maybe sounds like me, maybe has the same background as me, has a partner who also looks like my partner or has some type of similarities. So you just feel like that person and you are so connected. These pages, social media and this persona allows individuals to connect with others who share similar experiences and values, promoting a sense of belonging and even empowerment. It can even bring hope that love is not actually dead when the guys are opening the doors and having the most delicate care for the people they are dating and marrying. The girls are buying their guys gifts and doing these things for him to make him happy. And you see examples of those things and have a sigh of relief, like, whew, from the videos I've seen, I think the Black folks are going to be okay with one another. Seeing positive videos of Black love can even give hope for your own relationship to know that, yes, while others are not perfect, they have their baggage, such as you and yours. But as you can see in these clips, they are trying again and again, and they do in fact love each other. I think we consume, but recognize who we are at the same time. We indulge a little bit in the chocolate, but remember to take in fruits and veggies as well, right? With social media. People use social media for different things, and at times it is not about us and our view of it. But I want to say that you, listener, you have your mind, your body, and your spirit to recognize how much is too much. Unlearn bad habits, learn good and balanced ones, and relay what you preach. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. Share, subscribe, and comment. Check out the other episodes if you haven't already. All right, y'all. I've given y'all a pretty long episode so far, but this is my time. Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.